Danny Segura alongside Pedro Sauer. Pedro, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
Pedro, you'll be joining the federation with Rickson Gracie. Rickson talks about losing effectiveness in jiu-jitsu. Do you agree with that? Do you think jiu-jitsu is losing effectiveness?
I totally agree. And jiu-jitsu has been lost effectiveness for the past 20 years, 25 years. That's a lot of people has been trying to use jiu-jitsu only for competition. And competition is a small part of jiu-jitsu. It's a great part that we all should do it, but with the objective of always submit our opponents.
At what point in time do you think we started losing effectiveness in jiu-jitsu?
Well, the moment you create a lot of rules, and we're happy that we work around rules. We kind of get used to that, and a lot of people, they get promoted, and they went from white to black belts, and by winning tournaments, by applying those rules. And it's very difficult for you to make somebody be effective to understand the art of self-defense if they always play in the rules, put out the idea how to sweep somebody, how to score advantage with somebody, instead always looking for submission.
Now, before there was points, there was the Gracie Challenges. You participated in one against a bodybuilder in Utah. Do you think that's part of the reason why we're seeing sort of less fighting in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, well, today you don't see people challenge the efficiency and the effectiveness of jiu-jitsu anymore, because everybody who going in UFC, if you're going to fight in UFC, you have to learn jiu-jitsu. You have to go there with jiu-jitsu in your pocket. You cannot expect there and try to win by strike. So at the time, we were trying to prove how important jiu-jitsu was, and we did that. Royce did that many times. I done that in a way that we used to fight guys 100 pounds heavier than us, and we don't see this anymore. It's almost impossible to see somebody who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu going to fight against somebody 100 pounds heavier. It's going to be a slaughter. It's not going to happen, because we get used to points. We get used to the system where my goal is only put everything that I got just to score a sweep. Instead, protect myself all the time, and when I have a chance to submit my opponent to go for, we don't see this anymore. So Rickson's have a great idea. I think the time is perfect, and I'm 100% behind to try to pass this, because that's what Grandmaster Andrew Gracie developed jiu-jitsu for. He didn't develop the jiu-jitsu for us to be scoring points and be hugging each other and wait 9.5 minutes to move. It's kind of, I think the idea it is to bring back the self-defense aspect of the art.
Now, you mentioned the UFC and MMA. What are your thoughts on jiu-jitsu and MMA? How do you see the landscape of jiu-jitsu? Do you think it's a par with what we used to see with the Gracies?
No, it's no longer. Most of people that do jiu-jitsu today, they are excited. They just achieve the black belts doing a lot of tournaments, and they eventually end up to be black belts. And eventually they're gonna be teaching. They're gonna open a business. They're gonna be teaching exactly that kind of style to other people. And when you translate that for a no-holds bar to a fight, MMA style, you can tell that jiu-jitsu is no longer efficient. We don't have time to work against. The judge does not understand the attempts of submission. You can try to attempt submission 50 times, you get 0 award. So jiu-jitsu practitioner right now is for MMA, for mixed martial arts, is not even almost like you just have to learn enough jiu-jitsu to not get caught. That's the point right now.
And now we see Metamoris, a new tournament format coming up. How important is that for the jiu-jitsu community, having tournaments with no time limit and submission only? Well, they have 20 minutes, but it's submission-only tournaments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think over there you can see that if you notice prior Metamoris, they have a great idea that the show is excellent. I'm totally for. And but if you take the practitioners that are going to fight in Metamoris, but they just been fighting under the rules of the jiu-jitsu tournaments, they go there and they cannot disconnect it from the rules. They're still completely driven to only try to score. So they try to do anti-jiu-jitsu. Instead, just let it go and go for submission at any cost, at any time, and try to understand how to submit your opponent. Even though they get a prize award for submission, they don't try, they don't attempt, because they are so conditioned to work for the points. And I think Metamoris is a great example. Is the Andre Galvão and Chael Sonnen fights was a great example there. Andre is a guy who is driven. He likes the submission. He's a kid who understands the mechanic for submission, and you can tell he's a submission hunter. Chael, he is a great wrestler, incredible athletic guy, learned jiu-jitsu, but as you can see, as you can notice that the moment you take somebody off his comfortable elements, he didn't have the abilities and the tools to defend himself, especially against somebody like André Galvão.
Now, your career has been very documented, your journey through jiu-jitsu. Tell us something that people don't know about you.
Oh, that's dangerous. I mean,
without getting in trouble.
Well, I was basically I was a racing driver when I was a little kid, and that's something that not so many people knows yet. But a lot of people know that people that know me from childhood. If you think that I'm okay doing jiu-jitsu, you gotta see me driving. That was the idea. I think that's it. I'm a father of 7 kids. I have 11 operations on my body, and I put on my gi 7 days a week for the past 40 years. So I'm still a curious guy on the mat. I'm still a little kid on the mat. I still play on the mat, and I like to share jiu-jitsu, and I like to pass it on. But my life is pretty simple. I'm a very normal guy.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for everything and your contributions to jiu-jitsu.
Thank you, amigo. My pleasure.